Okay, so what we're doing here is I wanted to test the turning radius of this 2020 YZ250FX. Now, this is not a bike that we would normally be doing a lot of technical stuff on, but I'm just really interested to see how tight it turns. We've just done the turning radius of that bike over there. It's the 2020 KTM 250XC. It's the tightest turning bike that I have. The XCW actually turns tighter than that one, but this one turns pretty tight. So what we've done is we've lined the front axle up on this parking stripe. I'm gonna make sure that the bike is perfectly on the stripe, and then I'm gonna turn it against the stops and then just roll it all the way over. Just for my reference, the KTM 250XC with the steering stops out takes 114 inches to make a 180 degree turn. That is from going to that stripe over here, going around in an arc, and by the time it's perpendicular with this line again, it is at 114 inches. The YZ250FX doesn't get there until 148 inches out from where it started. Interesting. So 250XC is here, then the Beta 300RR is about 14.5 inches away from that. Then the YZ250FX did not do super well at 34.5 inches. And then the Beta 200RR is the only other one that I've measured, and it was the worst at 42.5 or 43 inches, somewhere out there. So the KTM 250XCW is even tighter than this one, but I don't have one of those here. All of these bikes are 2020s that we've measured. So obviously 250FX isn't going to be the greatest bike for super gnar and super tight stuff. I'd rather have the KTM 250 or the Beta 300 if I'm going to get in the super gnar. And you cannot adjust the steering radius on that bike right there. That's significant. Now, I may never take the YZ in like super tight stuff, but on switchbacks, man, that's going to be a hindrance. And you cannot adjust that bike because it just goes against the steering stops here in the frame. So that's interesting. Now, again, maybe that doesn't matter to a lot of you guys. Like this bike, the KTM, is something that I can do hard enduro stuff with. Probably not so much on the 4-stroke. I loved it, absolutely loved it. I was blown away with that bike yesterday riding it. But it's not gonna be, the fact that it's 4-stroke means it'll stall a little easier, and then that's quite a bit bigger of a turning radius, you know, almost 3 full feet. And the KTM is not the tightest, so I have the steering stops out of the KTM, as you can see down in there. I've removed those bolts. The XCW version of the KTM turns even tighter than this one, but it's the tightest turning bike that I have, so I wanted to just kind of see what's what. Again, some of you are like, well, that's a meaningless test, but it is a test, and it's something that matters to me on bikes. So, okay, leave a single track, guys. Thanks.